went so fast. Holy smokes. 17.7. Now we're doing 16.4. I don't think Naho has ever gone 17.7 knots at any point in time. Ever. Until now.
As we sail towards the Cape of Good Hope, we do so with deep respect for the history of this place and the many sailors who have lost their lives here. But we also do it for a sense of excitement and adventure, ready to face whatever comes our way and emerge from this experience stronger than before. The wild coast of East Africa is a brutal and unforgiving place. Known for its rough seas and unpredictable weather patterns, sudden changes in wind direction and strength challenge even the most experienced sailors. But we know that fear is not to be feared. It's an asset, probably our biggest asset. It helps us pay attention and avoid fatal mistakes for our little family.
And I am so grateful to be making miles down the coast in the direction to Cape Town. And there's a lot of thought that goes into this passage from all the cruisers, and there's a lot of overthought that goes into it. And there's also a lot of really important overthought that goes into it, because if you aren't comfortable sailing on a window that is pretty tight, then you shouldn't go.
And that takes us back some weeks, back when we almost left with a forecast that called for 50-knot gusts.
It's been 2 hours and we're still sitting here looking at the weather, and I think that's a pretty good indicator of how serious it is out there. The issue is not that the boat can't handle it. The issue is not that we can't handle it. The issue is that we have two very young crew members on board.
Like, is it the right decision?
I don't think it's the right decision for our family.
So the situation is 4-meter swells, 8-second period.
It's a 2-to-1 ratio of wave height to distance between troughs or crests.
We don't know how the boat would perform on this. It's dead downwind, so it shouldn't be dangerous, but if we're going too fast down these huge steep waves, then our bows could dig in, and that's scary. And we could also get pooped from behind. So it's just damn scary.
Look,
that's exactly what you said.
30 knots to 40 knots is totally fine, but not with that wave height. So I think we'll wait.
Is it finally time?
Oh my God, you got the camera back out?
I have.
We're supposed to talk to it?
How do you do this? I almost forgot how to turn you on.
If you remember last video, I don't know if it's actually the last video, we had trouble putting the spinnaker down, so I'm just trying to clear that out. There's a lot going on today. We're supposed to leave in an hour.
It's still blowing pretty hard south, man.
Yeah, we're supposed to head that way and the wind is coming from there. The problem is this: there are lots of systems that roll up the coast of Africa, and with each one there comes a front, and the front is super strong southerly winds. We're trying to head south, and on top of that there's a south setting current. So when you get wind against current, you get boat breaking waves. So today we set sail for a place called East London before the next southerly arrives, and we may make it in time with 3 to 6 hours to spare. If we don't make it in time, I don't know what we're gonna do. Probably have to run back up to Durban or go offshore even further. So it's a mad rush to get out of here.
Yeah, so if we can't make East London, which is our current plan, we're gonna pull into you guys, and we hope we don't have to, but I really appreciate that there is space for us available. So I will hopefully not be seeing you tomorrow, but if I do, I will come up when the office opens. Brilliant, thank you. Thank you.
See you in Cape Town?
We'll see.
East London, maybe.
Maybe Durban. We'll see where we land.
All right, that's it, guys. We are off the dock and we'll see what happens here, but it's going to be an interesting 36 hours to see if we can get into the next port, which is East London.
Good afternoon. We are requesting permission to leave Zululand Yacht Club heading out.
Permission is granted. You may proceed and leave.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. We can go! Are you ready for this? I'm not entirely sure I'm ready for this, but we're going anyway.
We literally haven't tested the boat. We haven't gone for a shakedown sail for, I don't know how long it's been, probably like 5, 6, 7 weeks. So we'll see what happens. Huge freighter coming in right now.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait till it goes by and then we're gonna go out. She didn't seem concerned, so I guess we shouldn't be either.
How are you feeling about things?
I don't know. I get so frustrated about not making a decision, and the weather here is so... We've never sailed this coastline before. We have no idea what the current's going to be like. And this current, if it is what everyone says it is, we should have no problem getting there. Aside from, I think we're losing about a knot with our bottom right now, the growth. I didn't think it was that bad, but it actually looked bad once I saw the sunlight. So yeah, I'm a bit nervous. Like, not really, but at midnight tonight we have to make a call to go into Durban, basically, or not. But I've called both ports. We can go either into Durban or we can carry on to East London. We'll see what happens.
The thing with any adventure or any kind of expedition is to always have your outs ready. So whether you're flying an airplane, driving in the backcountry, or sailing, know what your out is. You might not make it to your destination, but you might make it to an alternate destination, not as far, or a different location. And that's what we've done here to kind of minimize our risk. Is it going to work? I hope so. The problem is if you go past our out in this particular case,
there's no more out.
There's no more outs. So
no, it's a tricky one.
Our first out is at midnight tonight, and then if we commit after that, we've gone past the point of no return.
It's a tough point, that no return point.
Full throttle, baby. Not because we can, but because we're testing the boat. We want to break it while we're still able to return to port. So if we discover an issue, we'll discover it now, hopefully.
When it'll actually quit is when the sediment in the tank gets stirred up enough, when we're bouncing around enough, and we need to get in somewhere.
Well, we got our first victim. This little guy is down for the count. He just woke up from a nap, a 3-hour nap like an hour ago, but he has what I have. If you can hear it, I got my voice box modified. Yeah, it's a thing that... I'm just kidding. No, I got a cold on the airplane coming back from Canada. And out of all the places we travel, like Malagasy Village or Seychelles or Mayotte or Africa, the place where we get sick is the airplane. Every single time. So, yeah.
We didn't think it'd be that bad, because it didn't sound that bad, and really it isn't that big, but it's just from every single direction, it's like a giant washing machine. We're going side to side and forward to back, and I'm gonna go to bed early. It's a good thing Ben doesn't get seasick, not one bit. He's just fine. Me? Good night, guys. Good night, Bodhi.
Well, it's only Bodhi going to bed. Will's already in bed. And Ashley's about to go to bed. Everyone's seasick.
No.
It's bad out here.
It's not very nice, is it, Bodhi?
Hey, what happened to your suit?
Lots of decisions to make tonight. So we're going to look at the next weather, and then we're going to decide whether or not we're going to go for Durban or East London.
Big Orange is pulling us downhill. Well, we're hitting 14, even 15 knots. A lot of that's current, but a lot of that's this huge spinnaker. Pretty sweet, man.
Champagne sailing. What a day. What a day. I just needed to share that. It's been super awesome passage aside from the first entire day, which is half the passage because it's only like a 36-hour passage and we only have like 40 hours to get in. So yeah, it's tight. It's a tight one. Yeah, we're happy we did it. Fingers crossed it holds out this way. The flying fish are jumping. We do not have our lines out, and that's the only problem right now. When Ben wakes up, he's gonna put a line out. We'll see what we can catch for dinner. Ah! Oh no! Oh no! Get the tongers!
What happened? What happened?
We were attacked by a flying school of squid. We were just talking about all these big flying fish we saw. Not fish, squid.
It was like whack, 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 whack all over the cockpit, and it was like getting smacked in the face by these things.
Good thing our boat's filthy anyway.
They're pretty cool, man. You wanna see it, Bodhi?
Hey, you wanna see it? It's cool, eh? Look at, they got a little thing at the end. Squids, you can eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Wow! Wow! It's kind of disgusting up here.
I knew I heard something. There's one in here. That's not the first time that's happened. The last one.
Last one. What didn't get filmed is I just spent 30 minutes hosing off the boat. And it's basically lock in very many places. And I'm sure this isn't the last one. I'm sure we'll find more.
That was fun, hey?
The coastal weather bulletin and navigational warnings will now follow on the following HF frequencies: 4375, 8740, and 13.
We've had a big sea running today. We have about a 3.5 meter swell coming up from the south, and then we have wind waves coming from the north. And sometimes they double up and really get big, but the spacing is quite wide. Regardless, when you come into a port, it gets a little hairy at times because, well, there's a breakwater and, you know, shallows and whatnot. So, yeah, don't look forward to arriving at 3:30 a.m. What I am impressed with, and I'll show you here, is the weather forecasting in South Africa. They are super accurate. So we're arriving at 3 a.m. and by 8 a.m. the wind will switch to a south direction, which makes it, I couldn't imagine what it's like out here. Just complete nastiness with the current against waves.
The wind has switched to south just now. Like, I was sailing 15 minutes ago and now it's coming from a southerly direction at about 7 knots. So it switched fast. We went from 7 knots behind us to 7 knots in front of us in like 20 minutes, I'd say. And we knew this was going to happen. It's a little early, or maybe like just on time as per forecast. And this is why we need to get in here now.
East London, Port Control, East London, Port Control. This is sailing vessel Nahoa. I don't think they're awake at 3:30 in the morning. That's what my suspicion is.
Sailing vessel Nahoa, East London, Port Control, over.
Good morning to you. We are 5 nautical miles out and are requesting permission to enter. Over.
Nahoa, where do you come from? What's your last port of call?
Richards Bay.
Okay, and Nahoa, do you send your flight plan to the harbor?
Yes, affirmative.
Okay, Nahoa, you may proceed.
Thank you. We found the lights. We found the cold. We found land. It's blowing south by, whoa,
Whoa, it's picked up.
14, 15 knots south already.
We are in East London.
East London. It is not part of the UK, it's part of South Africa. We just came from Richards Bay, and the stretch from basically Durban, which is just south of Richards Bay, to here is called the Wild Coast.
It is crazy out there.
We had an awesome sail the last few days down here. And what we're doing is we're positioning ourselves to get around the Cape of Good Hope, which is down here.
And Cape of Gulas, which seems to be even more sketchy for some reason.
Yeah. So yeah, it's getting colder. We got sweaters on, we got pants on.
It is so cold today. Like,
There's socks on.
I put a comforter on our bed. Like, I had to actually go. I had a package. I bought it at Thailand at IKEA in Thailand, thinking it'll get cold soon. It never got cold until just now.
We just looked at weather. And
No, we look at weather for hours almost every day here, and it's kind of painful. The poor children.
I was thinking the same thing. Our kids look at us and they're like,
can we do something?
can we do something now? But we're literally just staring at weather, trying to pick the right weather window to round the bottom of Africa. And I think we found it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's the perfect window around here ever, but we found one that doesn't look menacing. It actually looks good all the way to Cape Town, but we may head into Simonstown beforehand if we don't feel like going upwind a little bit, like it's too nasty. The thing is, here you leave a little early. Like tonight we're going to leave and it's going to be nasty again, and it's just because you leave a little early to get you beat into it a little bit so you have a longer window.
Yeah.
It's not dangerous, it's just not comfortable.
You take the pain up front instead of the risk and pain at the end. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say other than, yeah, we're stoked to be here. We're really excited for the next passage because the last passage to East London was heavy weather sailing and we really enjoyed it. I mean, we had the spinnaker up in way too strong of wind conditions again. But we had to put down the miles to make it in before the southerly winds hit. So it was great, and we really look forward to this next 3-day passage around the southern tip of Africa. For a few reasons. One, it's going to be windy, and two, we're going to go into the Atlantic.
It's actually incredible to think that we've come this far and we're back in the Atlantic. Like, it's been a long time. It's been like 5 years, maybe longer, maybe 6 years.
Yeah. So
since we've been in the Atlantic, and it's pretty momentous actually. Like it's kind of huge.
Yeah, it's going to be really cool.
Check this out. Do you see this? Do you see they got the window down here? This is squid ink. The squid have completely destroyed our boat. It is absolutely outrageous, and yeah, yucky.